What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Friday, September 6th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DailyDog. That's DAILYDOG, one word, at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. You will get a deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Other places have caught on, and they've got $1,000 deposit match bonuses as well. But if you use my code, I get a little tiny slice of the action. So it's basically those can help a major way because as you can probably guess that I'm not necessarily retiring from doing this by doing this podcast, but I'm not complaining about it. I love doing it. It's really fun to handicap this stuff every single day, and it's even more fun when you have days like yesterday where we hit our slip. Fairly straightforward fashion. We had Derrick Henry to score a touchdown. We had Aryna Sabalenka in U.S. Open women's tennis not to lose a set. We also had Xavier Worthy over receiving yards. Xavier Worthy hit the ground running really well in his first NFL game. He had a rushing touchdown, a long receiving touchdown as well. That speed translates on the field, folks. I was joking with a buddy, Mike Somich, on Twitter about, best ball and Xavier Worthy in best ball because I've got him on a team as a wide receiver too. And my reasoning is I remember the last time Kansas City had the fastest wide receiver in the league with Mahomes and Andy Reid scheming it up. It was pretty good. And they have the fastest wide receiver in the league once again with Xavier Worthy, fastest player in the league with Xavier Worthy. So yeah, they're going to find a way to use him and make him have explosive plays. Keep an eye on him. I feel like there's going to be a massive overvaluing of him in the next coming weeks, but he might exceed those. I mean, he's got the skill and the speed to be a huge factor in this offense. So keep an eye on Worthy. I'm happy to see that strong start for him. All right, we've got a lot to get to today. We got our normal show slip. We got a college football special for Saturday, another 3-leg slip there. And then we also have our Dong Squad as well at the end of the show. Man, our Dong Squad was very close to getting home yesterday as well, and that was a big one because we threw in a little extra leg there. All right, let's keep this momentum going. I'm sprinting to the app. I'm getting this one in as fast as possible. Taylor Fritz, lower than 1.5 sets lost against Frances Tiafoe. Happy to see Frances in good form. That's good for him. Fritz is in the best form I've probably ever seen him in for at least a sustained period this far into a slam. He has a real path to the final here. Him and Tiafoe are really good friends. They have been playing against each other since they were teenagers. Again, they like each other. Good for them. Fritz is just a better player, and he's dominated this matchup. They've played 7 times since 2016. Tiafoe has lost the last 6. Fritz has dominated the last 6 of those matches. In those 6 matches that he's won in a row, he's lost a total of 2 sets. They played in a slam at the Aussie Open in 2022. Fritz won that one 3-0. I just don't see this for Foe at all. I think that big favorite Taylor Fritz is rightfully so. I just think that he's playing really well, even off more than just his serve. His serve is better than Tiafoe's. Tiafoe has a good serve, but Fritz's is better. And then as far as playing volleys, he's a little bit more consistent. So he's going to find breaks. He's going to hold his serve. I think that he's going to win this one in 3 sets. Maybe he'll give one up, a friendly veteran set there, give his opponent one, but that's why I'm playing lower than 1.5. But this is a flat multiplier. This is crazy to me. We got a basically minus $3 dog, minus 275, or minus 275 favorite, not dog, in Taylor Fritz in this, and him going 5 is equal money to going less than 5 is pretty crazy for him. I just don't think you can get to the window fast enough on this one. Underdog might be asleep at the wheel because of all the other football stuff going on. So yeah, don't wait on this one. Get Taylor Fritz lower than 1.5 sets loss against Frances Tiafoe because I do not see this one going 5, and I definitely see Fritz winning once again. All right, we're going back to my TD Tuesday pick. We're going Saquon Barkley. We're putting him on the slip. Again, I talked about it on Tuesday, so I won't waste too much time on it here, but he didn't come to Philadelphia to be a decoy. He didn't come to be an afterthought. He came to be a weapon. He came to be a weapon in the red zone. He came to take some hits off of Jalen Hurts. He has got, quadzilla. He's got giant quads. He's a really talented player. He's hard to bring down in a short area because 1, he's so powerful, and 2, he's so quick. And he's also fast. He can break away from some guys, and he can score for some long touchdowns too. He's a passing threat or pass receiving threat. He's a rushing threat, obviously. So Saquon Barkley scored a touchdown here. And guess what? You get insurance, vulture insurance. If someone else rushes in the end zone besides him and that prevents a slip from winning, you are going to get a refund and a bonus free square. And also, on that note, my last leg of this slip is Josh Jacobs, also a flat multiplier to score a touchdown in this game. He's also in the TD insurance situation. So let's run through this. We need Fritz to run through Tiafoe, which I think is going to happen. Then we need Saquon, Barkley, and Josh Jacobs to score a TD. If one of those guys doesn't score a TD, but someone else on their team scores a rushing TD, we're getting this refunded anyway because of the vulture insurance. So we're double dipping on it by using 2 running backs that are vulture protected on Underdog. Great promo for Underdog for week 1 in the NFL. I love it. I'm going to be using it as much as I can this weekend. So yeah. Let's take Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs in the end zone. And if nothing else, if one of them doesn't get in, hopefully someone else on their team rushes in. So we're still good there. And this is a high total game, so there should be plenty of scoring. 6x multiplier, nothing fancy here. We're just going to keep it simple. All right, I'll quickly go through a slip that I put in for Saturday, college football. We're going with Haynes King of Georgia Tech, higher than 43.5 rushing yards, conference game. Syracuse's D can just be gashed up, at least I believe. I mean, they do have some experience there, but I think a guy like Haynes King is just going to find a way to get it done with his legs in this conference game. Road favorites, you're not necessarily going to have the downfield development that you would have at a neutral or a home field. He might just have to do it with his legs, and I think that he can get, on 8 carries. If he gets 8 carries here, he's going to get in the 50s. So give me Haynes King, higher than 43.5 rushing yards. Next, we're going to go Jamal Banks, Nebraska wide receiver. Which side? This side. Nebraska wide receiver, higher than half a touchdown, 1.32x. I just still don't buy this Colorado defense. Jamal Banks is a real dude. If you watched that Husker game against UTEP, which I don't blame you if you didn't because it was a runaway. Jamal Banks, though, he's a transfer from Wake Forest. He is a legit wide receiver. He could be an NFL player one day, maybe like Trey Palmer, who's currently on the Buccaneers, who's kind of that 3rd, 4th wide receiver for that team. Jamal Banks has that type of potential, I believe. Big guy, fast guy, good hands, good ball skills, and hard to bring down. So give me Jamal Banks touchdown here in a game that should have 50-ish points of scoring, 50 to 60 points of scoring. And again, just Jamal Banks, really good playmaker. Obviously, Travis Hunter is a good corner, but Travis Hunter also can get worn down in games. And the rest of their defense doesn't really impress me. So give me Jamal Banks here to juice this one up. Last one, we're going to Jalon Daniels of KU, higher than 26.5 rush yards against Illinois. The only concern here is QB Niels, but I think on 4 to 5 carries, he is over this by 10 to 15 yards. I don't have much faith in Illinois to stop his athleticism, so give me Jalon Daniels. These 3 college football picks together. Haynes King, 43.5 rush yards higher. Jamal Banks, higher than 0.5 touchdowns. And Jalon Daniels, higher than 26.5 rush yards, come together for 7.92x multiplier. Again, I think that there's just a lot of value here, and I would, rush to the window on these because they're all higher. So by the time these games get going on Saturday, this multiplier is not going to be as good as it is right now because people always bet the overs. So that's the thing. You hear people say, it's sharp to bet unders. Well, late, definitely. But early, if you can get good numbers early, that's why it's good to bet unders late, is because these numbers are all driven up because 90% of people are betting overs no matter what. All right, we got a quickly, I'm just going to check in on our slip for the NFL season. We had Terry McLaurin higher than 925.5 receiving yards. It's up to 975.5, so good CLV there. But the other ones are all the same. Russell Wilson, 17.5 passing touchdowns, 1.5x multiplier hasn't moved. Richardson, 7.5 rushing touchdowns hasn't moved, and Neighbors under 940.5 receiving yards hasn't moved either. If you don't like any of my picks, if you don't like the Russell Wilson, you don't like Anthony Richardson, you don't like McLaurin, now that's 975.5. I don't really care, but I think that you're just getting massive value on League Neighbors lower than 940.5. Sportsbooks have him at 900. 40 yards is not inconsequential, so keep that in mind. All right, we are going at a blistering pace here. We're 9 minutes into the show, and I need to get out of here in the next 2 minutes. So we're going to go to Dong Squad. The Dong Squad was really close yesterday, by the way. Man, that would have been nice. We're going to Brent Rooker again. Rook Daddy still hits the ball far. He's a 3.3x multiplier against Tariq Skubal and the Tigers, I should say, the Detroit Tigers. He's hit 2 home runs off Skubal in the past. Obviously, that's not the biggest indicator, but it's nice to know, nice to have. But when Rooker's at a 3.3x multiplier right now, it's just really good value. It's Brent Rooker. He's one of the best hitters in the AL right now. I was joking on Twitter with some of the SGPN guys. I go, Lawrence Butler and Brent Rooker are the most potent 1-2 punch in the AL right now. Sorry to Soto and Judge. But it's basically true, at least in some metrics. So give me Brent Rooker. Next, we're going to Reese Hoskins versus the Rockies at home in Milwaukee. Rockies just got a big win over the Braves. Maybe they're not going to be as juiced for this one. They're traveling up from Atlanta. Travel doesn't really matter. But again, Ryan Feltner isn't that good of a pitcher. Righty on righty matchup. Reese Hoskins is in this lineup to hit it hard. Let's get hit hard against this pretty average pitcher and a very weak bullpen. Next, we're going to Shohei Ohtani. He's at 2.51x multiplier. For him, that is massive. He's literally had multipliers that are lower than half that this week alone. He's facing a lefty, Matthew Boyd, so I get it. It's a little higher than usual, but Shohei's chasing greatness. I'm not going to doubt Shohei. I'm putting him on the slip where I can. These three plays together in a flex slip. If it goes 3 for 3, you get 73.8x your money. If it goes 2 out of 3, you get 9.8x back. Let's hit this one. I love this one. Rooker, Reese Hoskins, Shohei Ohtani. That's all I've got for you today. 3 slips and a couple season-long pieces of advice there. Let's go. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the football. Let's make some money.